Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for Fantasy Premier League content for the 2021-22 season. My name is Dan and welcome to what I imagine to be a very dramatic Gameweek 18 deadline. I know this is going to be a very, very big deadline indeed. I suspect this is going to be quite a big stream as well because I have heard that Andy, Let's Talk FPL, he's not streaming right now. He streamed a little bit earlier today instead. So for those of you who are perhaps new around here, who you usually watch Andy's streams, welcome to the second best deadline stream, I suppose. But hopefully, we're gonna do you some good, and hopefully you're gonna enjoy what you see today. So welcome everyone who is new around here. And of course, welcome everyone who is old around here as well. Nice to have you all here as always. Really, really do enjoy these streams. So guys, first of all, members, there is a new emoji. Well, there's two new emojis actually. One of them is Raheem Sterling. There's a Raheem Sterling emoji for members. And there is another emoji there that you might have seen already. And it is the blackcurrant squash emoji. So I have got my pint of blackcurrant squash ready. You know it's a deadline stream when we got the blackcurrant squash involved. But I finally made the blackcurrant squash emoji because it's been asked for so many times. So yeah, feel free, members, to spam that blackcurrant squash emoji in the chat, and I'll keep an eye out for you. But yes, Morgan Campbell is straight in there with a super chat. Tierney, Tomiyasu, target or cash. Well, I guess it depends what you're after, really. Lovely to see those emojis in there, by the way. Tierney, Tomiyasu, target or cash. I think I like Tomiyasu the most. The reason why is because he is he's the cheapest out of the four. If joint with target, he is the cheapest. But he is far more nailed on than Tierney. So cash, I do really like. If budget wasn't an option, I probably would go for Matty Cash, to be honest. But I'm looking at Tierney versus Tomiyasu, I guess. And Tierney, although he is about the same price, he's only 0.1 million more. I do wonder if his minutes will get managed a little bit, and Tavares, he might rotate just a little bit with Tierney over the coming games, because we know that Tierney has got these recurring injuries that seem to happening. I just wonder if he's capable of playing every single game over a busy Christmas period. And you know what? When I look at the two of their stats, their underlying stats, we think of Tierney being the more attacking player, right? We think, oh yeah, Tierney, he's the attacking guy, right? But if you actually look at the stats, Tomiyasu is actually performing more attacking actions at the moment, which is quite nice to see. So I don't know. That's just a factor that you should consider as well. The nailedness and the fact that his underlying stats are, surprisingly good. Because we focus on Tierney because we like Tierney, we know Tierney as an attacking player. We don't think of Tomiyasu as such an attacking player, but his attacking actions speak for himself. So just something to consider there, I suppose. Another super chat from Varun. He says he has 9 people playing. Is it worth holding Antonio and swap Duffy to Tierney, or bring in Watkins and Tomiyasu for a -4? It's completely up to you. If you feel like both transfers will improve your team for the long term, then go for it. Honestly, when it comes to -4s this week, you kind of got, if you're replacing a player who doesn't play with a player who does play, you've got to think of it as a -2 really, because you kind of already guaranteed 2 points. Do you think your player that you're bringing in is going to score more than 4 points? But more to the point, do you think the player that you're bringing in is going to improve your team long term? If you're sacrificing a player that you actually quite like and you want to have them in long term, then I find that kind of difficult to justify taking a -4 for, because the player you bring in might blank anyway, and then you're left without a player that you actually kind of might have wanted. So, for example, let me show you my team, guys. I've got Bowen on the bench there, you can see. Bowen is a player that I'm not willing to sacrifice. He's a player that I actually really kind of want long term. So for that reason, I kind of find it difficult to sell him. I just won't sell him, because anyone I replace Bowen with, can I genuinely hand on heart say this is a player I would prefer to have long term? And the answer is probably no. Same with Broja. He's a player I very much want long term, so I'm not willing to sacrifice him, particularly for a -4. Dennis, similar situation again. The way I've lined up my team on screen right now is basically I've got the players who I actually have playing, the players who actually have fixtures, which is a great start. There's 8 of those players, and then on the right hand side and the striker, you can actually be that side for you guys. So down that side, you can see Lamptey, Madison, and Antonio, and those are the 3 players that I'd be willing to sacrifice. Players that actually long term I wouldn't mind removing. Removing. I think there are potentially better players to bring in. Is Watkins a player I'd rather bring in than Antonio? I think that's tight. I think if I had unlimited transfers, who would I have? Antonio or Watkins? I would have Watkins. But it's a lot tighter than a Lamptey and a Madison. A Madison, for example, let me show you guys. Madison, if we look at the fixtures, he's got blank this week, then Man City away, and then Liverpool. So those 3 games, not amazing anyway. So actually, would I even be wanting to play Madison thereafter? So it makes it a little bit easier to sacrifice James Madison. And we've got Norwich and Burnley, which are nice fixtures. But then again, after that, Brighton, Liverpool, West Ham, Wolves, Chelsea. So if you look over Madison's next, how many games is that? 10 games, 10 game weeks. There's only 2 good fixtures there. Really, it's a shame because I did want him for the Spurs and the Everton game, but the Spurs game was called off. The Everton game, that's not happening anymore. So I kind of have to rethink and say, hey, Madison's a player I'm willing to sacrifice if we can improve our team. So there we go. Dargy in the chat says, wondering about selling Cristiano Ronaldo and Mbumo. Who do I go for? I've got Jossa Foden on mid, King Tony on top. Do I transfer or not? Great content lately. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying the content. Who do you go for? Well, like I keep saying, guys, the real obvious answer is a Watkins, isn't it? Like, it's just this safe option for so many reasons. I kind of said it in my buy, sell, keep, avoid video earlier this week. Watkins is super, super safe because, one, we will know before deadline whether his fixture is going to go ahead. And as far as we know right now, that game is going to go ahead. Although we are seeing in the chat some people say that it might, there might be some COVID there, it might not go ahead. But if it does, we will know that it's going to go ahead before the deadline. He's a player that everyone has. Anyway, he's a player that because everyone has Watkins in their team right now. If he fails, everyone fails. So there's no real risk there, and it's just a safe option. 90 minutes every game. We know if the game goes ahead. He's safe in so many ways. So Ronaldo to Watkins seems like a decent move. And then if you're freeing up some Ronaldo money with your Mbumo, maybe you can. I don't know. Did you say you have Foden or not? You do have Foden already. I mean, you can take a risk and go for a big risky player like Sterling, or you can go for someone a bit safer. Maybe an Arsenal midfielder could be pretty good. Mason Mount, a few people like. I don't think I'm going to go for Mason Mount personally, but it is an option. PV with a super chat. Big super chat as well. Thank you so much. Hi, Dan. I have 6 players with 1 free transfers. To make any moves, I had to sell Cristiano Ronaldo, who I probably want back. Is it worth a -4 to get 2 more playing, Watkins and Saka, or do I go into next game week with 2 free transfers? Well, definitely do not save your free transfers. You've got to make transfers this week. Especially if you've only got kind of 6 players playing. Using 1 free transfer takes you to 7 players, and if you can get a good player in for using that free transfer, then you've gained. You can potentially gain yourself a lot of points there. So I would definitely use 1 transfer at least. 2 transfers I think is fine as well, as long as, again, you're bringing in 2 players that you really like. Watkins and Saka doesn't sound like a horrible move, to be honest. I'm still thinking. A few people saying the Villa game is off. Right, okay, guys, let's switch to our Twitter. Let's see if we can find any confirmation on that. If I just have a look through here, there should hopefully be an announcement somewhere. Where are you seeing this, guys? So, there's this Greg Evans thing here. Okay, that's interesting. Laser Sharp says, hi, Dan, who is your captain and vice-captain this game week? I'm going for Salah captain and Sterling vice-captain. But yeah, guys, this is looking interesting. It looks like a lot of people are hearing the game might be off. So again, this is what we were talking about. This is why we waited. This is why we waited before making our transfers. I'm hoping you guys waited to do your transfers as well. But it does look like this game could potentially be off. We will keep a very close eye on that. In fact, we'll keep on Twitter for now to see if we can get any. Villa tweeted it now. Okay, right. If Villa tweeted it, then it's official, right? There we go, 55 seconds ago. There we go, guys. That is interesting. That is interesting. Oh, wow. Okay, guys. Let's, wow. That's something. So I'm really hoping you guys didn't make those transfers too early. All right. That's Sky Sports says it's on. Someone says. Well, I mean, if Aston Villa, their Twitter account has literally said the game is off, then the game is off. Let's have a look and have a read of the article itself. You guys, I'm not sure if you guys can see this very well, but Aston Villa can confirm that today's Premier League fixture with Burnley has been postponed due to an increased amount of positive COVID tests results within our playing squad. The results of PCR tests, which were taken yesterday prior to training, as well as lateral flow tests, were received this morning and confirmed further depletion of our playing squad, which was already impacted upon for our trip to Norwich in midweek. All individuals who tested positives are now isolating in line with Premier League and government guidance and protocols. The club is extremely sorry for the inconvenience caused to Burnley Football Club, both our own supporters and the Burnley fans, due to attend the fixture, but have acted as swiftly as possible this morning to minimise disruption. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's that is confirmed. Yeah. So wow, Burnley confirmed it too. Apparently. What can we say, guys? What can we say? Thankfully, I don't have any Burnley and Watkins players, Burnley and Aston Villa players. So that is beneficial. And to be honest, I wasn't planning on transferring any Villa players in anyway. So we're down to 4 games in the Premier League. This is this is quite something. Wow, this is drama, right, guys? How bad is this affecting you guys? Do you guys already have a lot of Aston Villa players, or do you think you can survive this? Someone says down to 7 players. And can anyone get lower than 7 players? Anyone? Is there an extended deadline? is there actually an extended fantasy deadline? Because if so, I don't know. Are they gonna extend the deadline here? No, they're not. The Twitter account hasn't said anything. So I'm wondering if they're going to extend the deadline for another couple of hours, because the Arsenal game, of course, kicks off at 5:30 UK time, which would bring the deadline to 4 p.m. So are they going to change the FPL deadline to 4 p.m, give us a little bit more time to think about these transfer moves? I don't know. Well, I mean, thankfully, I'd not made my moves anyway. But will they extend it? It's quite close to the deadline already. There's only 45 minutes before. Hilal says down to 6 players. Azza says I have 5. Damn, that's not good. Dimmy says my mate has 5 as well. A lot of people on 6 players now. Damn, that's really tough, guys. Honestly, I'm so sorry, but look, this is really tough. James Jackson in the chat has just said I'm down to 3 players at FFS. Yeah, that's really unideal. Some people saying Salah has COVID. I did see some rumours that Salah did have COVID. Can we see if we can find any confirmation on that? If I just search Salah COVID here, can we get anything? Can't find anything. Okay, right. I did sort of see. Yeah, this is exactly what I saw yesterday. So this yesterday was a live stream of Salah at I think it was some kind of. Was it a Christmas party or charity thing? I'm not sure. It was something like that. And Salah was in attendance there. And this was yesterday. And yesterday was when the Salah COVID rumours were appearing. So, yeah, if he was at there, if he had COVID, then he wouldn't be at that Christmas event, right? So, No, I don't think Salah does have COVID. Spear on Cop here says, which could mean the Henderson COVID rumours are true, but the Salah one isn't. So I have seen the Henderson. There are COVID rumours for Henderson. Did also see the Salah rumours, but I think we're good for Salah unless anyone can direct me to something else. Unless any of you guys can direct me to something else that perhaps suggests that Salah does have COVID, then yeah. Shall we just check to see if the transfer deadline has updated in FPL? I mean, it's not really going to affect me because I do actually have to. I actually have to go out. I'm going to a little Christmas meal. Just at my friend's house. Just a couple of friends, just catching up before Christmas, and have a pre-Christmas dinner. Deadline is at 4 p.m. That's official. Well, guys, I mean, I can't stream then. I mean, I can stay on here for as long as physically possible. I can probably stay here for another couple of hours. I can stay here for a couple more hours, but I can't actually go all the way to the deadline, I'm afraid. So if you guys want to stick around, absolutely fine. But perhaps this is an opportunity for any other FPL YouTubers out here who are perhaps free this afternoon. Maybe this is a good opportunity for you to stream, because no one else will be streaming. I won't be streaming. Let's Talk FPL won't be streaming. There's going to be a big open slot, a big demand for an FPL Deadline stream. Here we are. There's going to be a big demand for a deadline stream that will not be filled currently. So yeah. Where are we seeing this, guys? Where are we seeing that the deadline's been pushed? Is it on the actual website? Yeah, there we go. Gameweek 18, Saturday, 18th of December at 4 o'clock. So there you go, guys. You have the option of sticking around. I know there's 3,000 of you here, by the way. That's absolutely insane. Guys, if you are new around here, please do consider subscribing, join in with the chat. We will talk about FPL, not just in this video, but in this stream, but in videos as well. We're going to have a bit of a mad one. But yeah, guys, make sure you do subscribe. Stick around if you want to. We'll keep answering as many questions as we can. We'll keep looking for as much news as we can. And basically, this is all a bit crazy. Now, I'm going to set an alarm on my phone because I want to make sure that I make my transfers not in this stream, but as late as possible. So hang on, guys. Do excuse me. So if the deadline's at 4, if I set my alarm to about 1:45, that will remind me to do my transfers then. Because this, deadline's moved 3 times now. Absolutely mad. Anyway, we've got a couple of super chats. So let's catch up on some super chats here. Augustine says, anyone else outside Salah a good captain option this week? Strong possibility Tottenham may give a good game because of new coach. Cancelo captain? Yeah, I mean, if you really don't want to go for Salah, I would still go for Salah personally, I think. But if you really don't want to go for Salah, Cancelo's a good option. If you've got Raheem Sterling, he's an option. Potentially Phil Foden as well. But yeah, we would be looking at the Man City players really as our captain if we didn't want to go for Salah. I do think Salah's probably still the safe bet, I'm so sorry, I'm butchering your name, but Least Snace says who to get for Madison. Can't get Jota, Salah, ESR, Silva or Foden. Everyone in my mini league has got him. Got 2 million in the bank. Well, Foden's a good shout, and I do like Emil Smith-Rowe as well. I know a lot of people have been saying Smith-Rowe might not play, might get drops. I don't see why. Smith-Rowe would be dropped. I don't see why he doesn't come straight back into the team. I mean, he came off the bench and scored straight away. So many times this season, we've kind of said, "Oh, Smith-Rowe, he's not part of Arsenal's main plans." Then he got the number 10 shirt. Then we said, "Oh yes, he's got the number 10 shirt, but he's not going to start every game." And then he started pretty much every single game this season when fit. So, I do genuinely think that Smith-Rowe is an integral part of the Arsenal team. And you can say Arsenal won't want to change the lineup that beat West Ham 2-0, but they were only beating West Ham 1-0 until Smith-Rowe came on and scored the second. So Smith-Rowe was very much a part of that team that beat West Ham 2-0. So Smith-Rowe, definitely, I definitely think he's going to play. I say definitely. Obviously, I don't know anything for sure, but I have strong suspicions that Smith Rowe will play in this game, and he will start again. You know, he is the Arsenal's top scorer this season. He is third for assists as well. His underlying stats, his expected goals might not be amazing, but when you play with that kind of confidence, it's fine. You know, it's fine. So, Calvin Fernandez says Saka is better underlying stats than Emil Smith Rowe, and that is true. But Saka isn't converting them into FPL points. And at the end of the day, is football played on Excel spreadsheets or is it played on grass? Now, I think the football is played on grass, and you should use underlying stats to help you. But just because a player has 4 expected goals doesn't mean they're going to score 4 goals. You have to look at more than just the underlying stats. You have to kind of use underlying stats with the eye test, combine them, kind of look at the circumstances around there. So I do see, I do see why you would perhaps want to go for Saka, but I do prefer Emil Smith Rowe. FPL Down Under says you need any more mods, Dan. A couple of dodgy comments in here. I don't actually know how many have we got any mods here. I think Count Sealaw is here in doing moderation, but Down Under, because I know you very well, I will make you moderator because you know. Because we're mates. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind helping moderating, then you know that would be absolutely amazing. We are expecting a big stream today. We've got a lot of people coming over. From Let's Talk FPL stream. It's going to be a bigger stream than usual today. So Count Law incidentally said #Team Grass. So there you go, Team Grass. Then you go for Smith Rowe, right? Abbas says Grass FC. Absolutely love it. Ethan Fernandez says, Dan, I could help. Ethan, yeah, you've been around here for absolute time, haven't you? Let's see how we get on. Let's see how we get on, Ethan. And if we need one more, then we'll add you as a moderator as well. FPL Dan says, cheers, mate. Twitter friends. That's it, mate. Twitter friends. That's what it's all about. So yeah, just keep an eye out for any dodgy chats, you know. But yes, guys, if we're talking about Emil Smith Rowe versus Saka, I'm in the camp. I'm in the camp of Smith Rowe. I'm Team Grass. If you're Team XG, if you're Team XL, gotta go for Saka, I suppose. But there you go. There you go. Yeah. A few of you guys are saying the deadline has moved to 4 p.m. Yes, and the Villa versus Burnley game is indeed off. So those of you who are still talking about going for Matty Cash or Watkins or players like that, it's gone. You know, it's not happening, unfortunately. So there you go. Someone, a totally F2P says, is 9 players enough? And let me tell you guys, 9 players is definitely enough. Definitely enough. Honestly, guys, if you can field 8 or 9 players this week, you are going to be better than most. I know a few of you guys are going to be tempted to free hit. Honestly, if you can get to 8 or 9 players, don't worry. Genuinely don't worry. It will be fine. If you've got 8 or 9 players, you will have more than the average person. A lot of people have got a lot of Aston Villa players. Maybe the odd Burnley player. Even if we include players like Brownhill, for example, a lot of people are counting on those. And people are down to 6 players now. A lot of people are down to 6 players. So if you can get to, if you're on like 4 players right now, okay, fair enough. You might want a free hit. But if you can get to 8 or 9 players. Maybe even if you don't have 8 or 9 players, but you can get there if you can get to like 10 players with a -4, I honestly think you're going to be so happy. Katoot in the chat says I can field 11, and I think we won't talk about anyone else who can field 11 players this week because we're all probably a bit jealous of that. Although I suspect if you are fielding 11, it's probably because you've taken a -4 already, right? Can you build up chips? Like, can you have 2 free hits? No. Once your free hit's gone, it's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. It really is going to be a situation where you can either try a free hit here and hope that you can make some good ground now, But even if you make some good ground now with your free hit, when it comes to a little bit later down the line, when it comes to when there's double game weeks and stuff like that, and potential more blank game weeks, you could seriously find yourself really regretting it in a way. Mark Nichols has just said that over 1 million people have transferred in Watkins, and I would like to verify this right now, because if so, that is, oh my word, wow, that is one of the most transferred in players in a single game week of the season, and the game has been called off. That is something. That is something. This is why, guys. I mean, I've been saying in videos all week, and I know it's easy for me to say, particularly as someone who lives in the UK. I know I have access to to great timings of deadlines, basically. But this is what I've been banging on all week, guys, saying just please leave your transfers to the last minute. I know a lot of people were scared of the Watkins price rise last night, but this is why we don't do it. This is crazy. This is crazy. Please, like, even if you have made your early transfer this week and you're obviously you're suffering right now, you're going to be upset. That sucks. Honestly, it sucks. But you really have to. You really have to be careful. We always knew that this was this was always a real strong possibility that more games were going to get called off. We knew this was potentially going to happen. So obviously, I'm so sorry if you have transferred in Watkins. I really am. That really sucks. But this was kind of the whole point of why Watkins was such a good option, and why we were saying that Watkins was a good player to transfer in, was because we could wait till the last minute and get confirmation whether the game would go ahead or not. That was what made Watkins so nice. If you've gone from early, then that kind of takes away a lot of his appeal, and you've brought him in with less appeal. So look, I don't want to rub salt into the wounds here, because that's not fair. Yeah, just try and next time, just I guess be kind of more aware of this kind of thing, because this is what we're all about right now. We've got some super chats. Simon Ho says, "Hi Dan, Foden, Grealish or Bernardo, which two would you pick, please?" I would go for Foden and Bernardo. Grealish, I don't think is too good for actual goals and assists, really. Foden and Bernardo seem to have a little bit more, actual output to them. Bernardo's an interesting one. I don't know how Bernardo's going to play out, but yeah, Foden I would definitely go for. Bernardo would probably be my second one I'd go for there. I've got another super chat from someone else, if I can find it. Linus says, currently at 11 players without having used my transfer. Was worried about not owning Watkins, but so glad I held out. Yeah, that's good. Linus, you are in an incredible position, and you should be glad that you've held out as well. So Down Under says, "This is a perfect comeback. A better manager tweet here. Dan, go for it." No, I'm sure. I guarantee someone else has tweeted it already. But let me. I'll do a tweet anyway. There we go. I'll put a little tweet out there. Let's see how that goes down. There you go. I'll show it to you guys. I'm not going to do it, but I will make a joke about it. It's all banter, guys. It's all banter. Apparently I missed a super chat from Nick Giordano. I must have really missed it, but I will read out this anyway. Nick says, "Bought in Watkins last night to catch the price rise. If I free hit now, will that move be cancelled come Gameweek 19? Yeah, if you free hit now, that will cancel any transfer moves you've made so far this game week. But just be aware of free hits. Remember, guys, and I actually haven't made this point yet. Even if you do free hit, there is still a chance that this whole game week gets cancelled. What if another 2 games get cancelled and you've free hitted all of these players that you think are going to play, and then more games get cancelled as well, and you've wasted your free hit to bring in players that don't even play. It could go very, very wrong. It could go very, very wrong. So I don't know. Bogdan says, wonder how many bench boosts will be played this week. I would love to see the statistics on how many bench boosts will be played. A lot of people asking about Lacazette. It's not a bad move, but do be aware, guys, that there is when we look at the Arsenal players right now, we've got kind of the popular ones are Lacazette, Smith Rowe, Saka, Odegaard, and Martinelli. Now, only 3 of those 4 can play. Only 3 of those 4 are going to play. Well, I mean, it is possible that all 4 play. But, sorry, only 4 of those 5 can play. So, one of them potentially is going to drop out. Lacazette could drop out and Martinelli could play as a striker, potentially. But if not, then, Lacazette is not a bad is not a bad option to go for. So, yeah, I mean, if we're talking about strikers to bring in this game week, where do we go? What strikers worth... let's just have a look at forwards, most popular transfer forwards in. Obviously, Watkins is hugely popular, but if we look at some of the others, like... Watkins not got a game. Dennis hasn't got a game. Jesus is incredibly risky. Broja is not going to play. Gelhardt is, I don't know, kind of risky, I guess. He's playing it. I guess that's that's a option. Antonio's not got a game. Wood's not got a game. Jimenez has got a terrible game. Ronaldo's not got a game. Ings hasn't got a game. You know what I mean, guys? There's nothing here really. Apparently, I'm missing super chats, but they're not coming through. They didn't have any swearing in them. Some of them do take a little while longer to come through, but I will keep an eye on any super chat that does come through. I've got a super sticker from Adnan here, so thank you so much, Adnan. ESC Robin wants just come through as well. Says, took a -4 with Watkins to field 10. Am I in the mud? I mean, if I'm honest, you are a little bit in the mud. You are a little bit in the mud, mate, yeah. But it's okay. Look, it's one game week and so many other people are in the exact same situation as you. You may think you're at a huge disadvantage now. I don't think you are. I don't think you are at a huge disadvantage because everyone is kind of in the same situation here. So don't worry too much, mate. It is what it is. This probably won't affect your season long term. So, don't be too downbeat about it. Calvin suggested Firmino. Yeah, I mean, look, there really is. Lacazette kind of seems like the only option, right? I'm not confident that Jesus is going to start. He's not actually been playing that well. So, I think, honestly, at this point, I know the free hit is so tempting, but I'm getting more and more put off by it. If this game could get cancelled at the last minute, what's the next game that could get cancelled? It's so easy for another game to get cancelled. Your best bet right now is to use your transfers. And honestly, guys, I would just say that the Arsenal players are the players to go for. Arsenal have got 2 really nice fixtures in a row. If I just use Lacazette for an example, Arsenal have got Leeds away. Leeds, by the way, guys. Actually, let me show you this. Okay, so first of all, the good fixtures are Leeds and Norwich. We will know if the Leeds game is going ahead before deadline. So if we transfer in Arsenal players, we can guarantee ourselves players that will actually play this game week because we will know before the deadline if they're going to play or not. But let me show you something about Leeds, guys, and why I'm so keen to target Leeds. So if we just go, just sort them randomly, look how many absentees Leeds have. Quick super chat from Kevin here says, I have two free transfers, Bowen, Madison, Antonio and Ronaldo not playing. Who should I look at? Arsenal players, mate. Arsenal players. Smith Rowe, Tomiyasu, Tierney, potentially Saka, potentially Lacazette. These Arsenal players are the players we want to be looking at, I really, truly believe. So, guys, let's have a look. And by the way, none of these are COVID related, so they can't even call off the game for COVID reasons. Well, in theory. Dan James, muscle injury. Liam Cooper, hamstring injury. Rodrigo, heel injury. Phillips, hamstring injury. Bamford, muscle injury. Shackleton, Achilles injury. Strauch, knee injury. Firpo, suspended. Costa, joined to Valencia on a season-long loan. Yeah, I mean, Costa and Valencia left on a season-long loan. I think Hernandez and Poveda Ocampos also left on a season-long loan. But my point is, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potential first 11/bench players unavailable. Like, they don't have much of a team left. And it's usually, the big one is Phillips. When Phillips is away, when Phillips is unavailable, Leeds really suffer defensively. Really, really suffer. They concede so many goals. We saw that against Man City last game week. Man City went there and absolutely battered them. So, Arsenal attackers really could be the play to go for this Leeds side that is in absolute bits, not COVID related, because none of those absentees are COVID related, which is just mad. But also the fact that Arsenal are in pretty good form right now. They're just beaten West Ham 2-0. There's going to be some confidence there. Mark Howard says, Gelhardt -4 to free up funds and still have a punt. Honestly, I don't know, Mark. I don't know, because Gelhardt, realistically, we're probably looking at a 2-pointer here. We probably are going to be looking at a 2-pointer here. So I don't know. I don't know if he's a good option. If you're taking a -4 to getting a 2-point player, doesn't seem like a good move, does it? Because you're still at a net -2. I'd rather just not use a transfer, I think. Giandre, regular of the channel, has said these are the available strikers. So these are the available strikers, guys. Gelhardt, Lacazette, Jimenez, Jesus, Wilson, Joelinton, and Kane. Now, that is not filling me with confidence at all. That is a poor list of forwards. That is a poor list of forwards. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, it feels like there's I guess it's Lacazette or bust. And even Lacazette, there's no guarantee that he starts. Very real possibility of him being benched. I mean, I'm kind of feeling, well, I want more Arsenal attackers, and Lacazette would be involved in that, but I don't know, guys. Adnan, thank you very much for the super sticker. Count Sealor says, Joelinton it is. Anyone fancy Joelinton as a punt for this week? I don't think so. So yeah, guys, this is what right now I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking right now, because I want to keep things relatively cheap as well. I want to go for Smith Rowe, and I'm leaning Tomiyasu. Right now. Now, let's have a look at. I'm gonna read out some underlying stats. I'm gonna do it on my phone just because I don't want to. You guys to think. I don't want to put this on screen because I'm using like a paid for subscription, and I don't know the actual rules in terms of showing underlying stats when I have to pay to access these stats. I pay a membership to access stats, so I don't think I'm allowed to show them on screen because that will kind of be cheating a little bit, maybe content piracy. But I'm sure I can read them out to you. And we're going to do some. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just do it on my. I'm going to do it on another tab, and I'm going to read out some stats for you guys. Because we're thinking Tierney versus Tomiyasu, right? And when I checked last night, Tomiyasu was coming up on top. But then again, I wasn't looking too much last night because I wanted to just chill out and play some FIFA, to be honest, and finish Weekend League. By the way, finished FUT Champs, 12 wins, rank 2. Absolutely love that. Didn't get anything in my packs though, so kind of maybe defeats the purpose. Right. So I'm going to do a versus. Tomiyasu versus Tierney. We'll do it over the last. I'm looking at this now. You can see Tomiyasu is just more attacking actions per game. Let's try per start. So over the past 6 game weeks, Tierney versus Tomiyasu. Tierney's played 3 games in the past 6 game weeks. Tomiyasu's played 6 games in the last 6 game weeks. These are the stats. So shots per game, Tierney takes 0.33 shots per game. Tomiyasu takes 0.83 shots per game. Tierney's shots are more on target. Tierney is yet to hasn't taken a single shot in the box in the past 6 game weeks. Tomiyasu takes 0.5 shots in the box per game. Tierney, incidentally, has slightly higher XG. In terms of key passes, Tierney has 0.67 key passes per game. And Tomiyasu has 1.33 key passes per game. So, wow. Down Under says he packed the striker Neymar untradeable. Buzzing about that, and so he should be. That's incredible. So, if we're looking at underlying stats, if your team excel, then Tomiyasu is the move. Although I'm not even sure if that's true. Quick super chat from Adnan here. Should I get Tomiyasu instead of Lamptey, or should I get Foden instead of Gundogan? Only have 1 free transfer. Should I take a -4 to take both to do both transfers? Well, there's a good chance that Gundogan does actually play in this game, isn't there? So I don't, in a situation where we're struggling to field a full 11, Gundogan, a player who actually has a fixture, I don't think I'd be going there. I don't think I'd be making a move there. So guys, Tierney. He's back from injury. He's back from injury. So maybe this, Tierney's. This is completely real. Tierney's underlying stats. His sample size is smaller. Tierney's sample size is smaller. Tierney is I feel a little bit more risky because I do feel that he could potentially be do it over the past 3 game weeks. Okay, let's do past 3 game weeks. I do wonder if Tierney is. Going to be maybe rotated a little bit. So, over the past 3 game weeks, so these are games in which both Tierney and Tomiyasu have both started. 3 game weeks, right? So, shots per game. Tierney, 0.33. Tomiyasu, 0.67. So, still, Tomiyasu is taking more shots than Tierney. Shots on target, they're equal. Shots in the box, Tomiyasu, all of his shots are in the box. Tierney, no shots in the box registered over the past 3 games. Now, this is a really small sample size, by the way, guys, so do take this with a pinch of salt. Tomiyasu's XG, incidentally, is higher over the past 3 games than Tierney's. If we look at creativity, Tierney, key passes per game, 0.67. Tomiyasu's key passes per game, 1. So again, Tomiyasu, very, very small sample size, but still, Tomiyasu does come out across up top right there. On top on that, Councilor says Tierney won't be rotated, but how can you say that? How can you say that Tierney won't be rotated? There is a really strong chance of him being rotated. We've seen that. We've seen it in the past already. When it comes to busy fixture schedules, that Tierney, even if he is fit, he does sometimes get rotated a little bit because he does have these recurring injuries, and we don't want him to have recurring injuries. So particularly if we look at the next 2 fixtures, Leeds and then Norwich, you would say that maybe one of those 2 games, maybe Tierney doesn't play. Maybe. I mean, if you want to go for it, maybe it's kind of a high risk, high reward. We kind of saw Tierney take a nice shot, hit the post, and Tierney is a better attacking player. So even if you're looking at the stats here, you look at the expected goals, for example, and the shots, we know that Tierney, when he shoots, is going to be of a higher quality because Tierney is a better finisher than Tomiyasu. So that's another thing you need to take into consideration, and that's Grass FC. That's Grass FC right there. Nid in the chat says Arteta likes Tavares. Yeah, Tavares has done very well, and there is a very ready-made replacement there for Tierney. If Tierney does need to get rested, it's not really going to be a huge problem. Tavares is a really good replacement there. Tomiyasu, on the other hand, he there's no competition for his plays. There's no other right backs at Arsenal. He's trusted. He's an incredibly fit guy. Fair enough. Look, you guys go for who you want to go for. I'm missing super chats. Are the super chats not showing or something? Not for me. I know I've got 2 that I've queued up here, ready to read out. But I don't know if I've missed out on any more. Maybe some of them are filtering out because there's so many people in the chat today. We were up to almost 4,000. I think, could this be a record? This actually could be a record for most amount of people in a stream before. So there we go. Let's catch up on those super chats anyway. So Shahil says of lack of vice captain. I don't know. I feel like an Arsenal player in a way is a safe vice captain choice, but also really we kind of want to be looking at those Man City guys like a Cancelo, a Sterling, a Foden, someone like that would be a really nice vice captain, I guess. Maya says Duffy and Mbeumo, Ronaldo to Tomiyasu, Smith Rowe and Lacazette for a -4. Not bad. It's not bad. For a -4 as well, I think that could be really beneficial to you. All you guys who have saved your transfers to the last minute here, you guys are going to be in such a good position. Radwa says, why didn't you pick White? Well, Ben White is a really good option as well, but Ben White doesn't really get bonus points, and there's not really a very good chance of Ben White really getting any attacking returns. He's not going to get goals or assists, whereas Tierney and Tomiyasu, those are the two players I'd be looking at. I know I've been pretty downbeat. About Tierney, but in the grand scheme of things, I think Tierney's a fantastic pick, by the way, guys. I don't want to say don't pick Tierney. I'm just saying I am edging towards Tomiyasu as a slightly safer option. That doesn't mean that Tierney's a bad pick. Tierney's an incredible pick. And if for some reason I couldn't get Tomiyasu this week, or Tomiyasu was announced injured at the last minute, I'd still be very, very happy to go for Tierney. I'd still love that transfer. So, if you fancy Tierney more than Tomiyasu, then absolutely go for him. I'm leaning towards Tomiyasu, and I've still got a little while to decide, to be honest, but I am leaning towards Tomiyasu. Nikhail says, which two do I choose for a -4 hit? Laka, Emil Smith Rowe and Alonso. I mean, yeah, of course, there's the Chelsea players as well you might want to consider. I would go for Emil Smith Rowe. I definitely would go for Emil Smith Rowe. Lacazette or Alonso? Maybe Lacazette is a bit more of a nice aggressive pick. I don't know. Matt says Emil Smith Rowe or Saka. Saka's better underlying stats. Yeah, we spoke about this a little bit earlier. I know a few people are still asking Saka versus Smith Rowe. Yes, Saka does have better underlying stats, but Saka, I don't think he's as good of a finisher. I don't think he's as much of a confidence player. I don't think he's got quite as much confidence as Smith Rowe. Well, I say confidence, I mean form. Smith Rowe has that confidence, that swagger, that he is going to shoot every time he gets the ball. So Saka might have better underlying stats. And bear in mind, guys, even if we're looking at underlying stats, Smith Rowe's sample size recently is not great because he's been injured. He came off the bench last game because he wasn't quite ready to play a full 90 minutes, right? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like Smith Rowe is a better FPL player, even if Saka is looking, like really looking a really good player on the pitch. Smith Rowe seems like a better FPL player, if you like, and he's kind of proven that all season, right? So it seems pretty obvious. But if you think football is played on Excel, then do go for Saka. I'm just kidding, of course. I'm just kidding. Super sticker from Max Pike. Thank you very much, Max. A few people still asking about free hits. I can't recommend it. I just can't recommend a free hit. I'm really struggling to recommend a free hit right now. It seems like imagine if you free hit, guys, and another game is called off, and then suddenly, you free hitted, and you're still only able to field kind of 6 players. You're gonna really regret it. You're gonna really, really regret it. So yeah, just one to think about. Divock Origi says, hi Dan, which defender do I bring in for 5.1 million and below instead of Livramento? Again, we're looking at Tomiyasu and Tierney as the 2 players, right? Scott says, taking a minus this week, arguably the worst time ever in FPL history. It's too volatile. I don't know if that's true, though, because if you're bringing in an Arsenal player and you know the Arsenal game is going to go ahead, your player's going to get a minimum 2 points, then really you're only going to be taking -2s. Down Under says, do you want me to get rid of fake accounts or just troll comments? I mean, yeah, troll comments are the main ones, really. Fake accounts, you don't really see too many of them. But if people are making fake accounts, I suppose, yeah. I've not really seen too many fake accounts, to be honest, in these chats. But the chat that I see is heavily filtered. So I've got settings on to make sure that the stream filters out things like swearing, racism, and stuff like that. So I've got a lot of filters, so I don't have to see or read out, which is why I do depend on the mods a little bit to get rid of that nasty stuff. But there we go. Human Being says, get the stream to 500 likes. That would be amazing, guys. If we could, if we could get the stream to 1,000 likes, I think we could. We've got more people than ever in this stream, in part due to the chaos, but in part due to Andy not streaming today. We've got more viewers than ever. So if we could get the stream to 1,000 likes, that would be amazing. I'll keep an eye on that. And if we could get a few more subscribers as well, I think we could potentially get to 105,000 subscribers today. We might have already hit it, to be honest. We have. Yeah, okay. We've already hit 105,000 subscribers. Amazing, guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, do keep subscribing, guys. It's massively, massively appreciated. And, we do loads of FPL content on here pretty much every single day at the moment, right? Ray Perry's got a super chat, says Trent for Lamptey and -4 for Smith Rowe. For Brownhill, or keep my 8 safe players for 2 free transfers next week. I've used them at -4 last 2 weeks. Not good. I mean, yeah, you got to take it on a case by case basis. I think Trent is a player you absolutely should be getting in. So even if it is risky and we don't know, we still don't know what games are going to go ahead, which ones aren't. Still, Trent Alexander-Arnold is a player you absolutely must own for the long term. So I would say Trent for Lamptey. Yeah, definitely. Smith Rowe, great shout as well for Brownhill. I would use those transfers. I definitely think this is not a game week to save your transfers. Use a transfer, bring in an Arsenal player as close to the deadline as physically possible. We're up to over 800 likes now, guys. So yeah, keep pushing. If we can get to 1,000, that'd be amazing. Mazin says, what duo do you prefer? Lacazette and Mount, or Lacazette and Smith Rowe? I can afford any midfielder 9.1 or below. I like Mount a lot. Don't get me wrong. The only thing is that Smith Rowe, we will know if that game is going to go ahead before deadline. So, I mean, Mount is probably on paper a better option. Although saying that, Wolves is not exactly an easy game. Wolves have been performing very well defensively recently. So that is something you should consider before bringing in those Chelsea attackers. So that's one for consideration. But yeah, Smith Rowe is probably the safer pick, but Mount has probably got the potentially a higher ceiling, maybe a better pick for a slightly longer term, potentially. I don't know. That's really tough. I mean, I can see why you're asking that question, because it is a tough one, isn't it? Don't know. But those are the two advantages of each one, and you can kind of decide who you like based on that. Adam K, what if 3 Arsenal already? If you're on 3 Arsenal already, then you should be very, very happy indeed. You should be very, very pleased. Azzy says, Livramento to Tomiyasu or Antonio to Lacazette? Probably Livramento to Tomiyasu. Daniel Sheeran says Alonso or Tomiyasu. I still think Tomiyasu is the shout here. Not just for this game week, but over the course of a couple of game weeks. I think it is just the play here. Just want to check on Twitter to see if anything crazy is going on. It doesn't seem like it. Let's have a little scroll through Twitter together, guys, to see if we can find anything interesting at all going on at the moment. Oh no, Ben from FPL Graduates transferred in cash. Well before the deadline. FPL Harry saying what is the most transferred in player? Yes, we saw that earlier. Steve said he's free hitting. He's a bit crazy in my opinion, but fair enough. I've been tagged here by FPL Rafinha. Obviously, I've been talking about Watkins far too much over the past week, so yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Honestly, this game week has gone mad. This game week has gone absolutely mad, guys, hasn't it? How are you guys feeling? Are you guys feeling calm, or are you feeling a little bit you feeling a little bit nervous about this one? I'm actually kind of confident, I think as long as we transfer in those Arsenal players, we've got 3 Arsenal slots. Most of us have already got Ramsdale, so we're potentially, even if we're making 2 transfers here, yeah. Now I'll tell you who I do feel sorry for in all of this. I do feel sorry for people, obviously people who are living in very different time zones. Guys, you'll have to let me know where in the world you are. What is the time where you are at right now? Let me know where you are in the world right now and what the time zone is. But say you have you've set an alarm to wake up to do your transfers at 1:15 UK time. So okay, 15 minutes before the deadline. You set an alarm to do transfers 15 minutes to deadline. It's like 4 a.m. in your country. You've woken up for this. Now you know the deadline's moved. You've got to wait another 2.5 hours and set another alarm. You've got to wake up again at a different time, and it could get a little bit crazy. So you guys are 1,000 likes, by the way. Wicked, guys. Thank you so much. But you guys are telling me where you are. If you're in India, Nepal, Malaysia, it's actually not too bad. That's not actually too bad. You might be, if you're kind of in Asia right now, it might not be too bad. You're probably going to be staying up till 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, depending where you are. You're probably going to be. It's reasonable to be up at that time. But for some people, the deadline is going to be at 4 a.m. here. And I don't know if you guys have any of you guys have some weird deadlines. So Darian says it's 2:30 a.m. in New Zealand. So your deadline is what? 5 a.m. You've stayed up until 2:30 a.m. for the deadline. You've stayed up till 2:30 a.m. You're probably so tired, and now you're learning that you have to now wait up until 5 a.m. What do you do? Do you go to sleep and wake back up at 5 a.m.? Same with people in Australia. It's 12:30 a.m. right now, 11:30. It depends what time zone you're in. Okay. You've stayed up late for the deadline, and now you find out that the deadline has moved. You must be beside yourself. What are you guys thinking? Australians, New Zealanders, what are you guys thinking? Are you gonna? In Australia, mate, 9:30 p.m. right now. Okay, maybe I'm getting a little bit confused. But those of you who it is already late right now, are you gonna just stay up until the deadline? If it's late right now for you, are you gonna just stay up even later? Are you gonna go to bed and then set an alarm and wake up? This is really tough on you guys, because a lot of people who are in different countries, you may have made your transfers early. You may have brought in a Watkins because you knew there was no way you were going to be awake at deadline. Maybe you're finding out now the deadline is actually at a reasonable time. Himal says it's in Japan, 10:30 p.m. right now, 1 p.m. deadline. See, that's not too bad, right? Down Under says, I'm going to stay up, hoping FPL Twitter can keep me entertained. Down Under, what is going to be what's the Australia deadline time? Nathaniel says it's 9:30 in Perth, but 12:30 a.m. in Sydney. So yeah, 3 time zones in Australia. I didn't know you had 3. Crazy. But you guys in India, Pakistan, Malaysia, I know these countries are quite far apart, but you're in the time zones that are roughly within about 3 hours of each other, right? You guys are probably all right. You guys are okay, which is probably quite nice for you guys, to be honest. You're probably pretty chilled out right now. The deadline in Japan is 1 a.m. I think that's worth staying up to, especially if you're in Japan and you're transferring in Tomiyasu. Then, that's pretty sick, to be fair. You stay up late, have a Tomiyasu party, watch the game. Well, probably won't watch the game because it is on at a stupid time. 3 a.m. is the Sydney deadline. Wow. There is a super chat, by the way, that I have missed, so let me just find that. Janania says, as of right now, clicking free hit 10 minutes before the deadline, ready for paying, probably 3 Leeds and 3 Arsenal necessary. I mean, yeah, I feel like if you're going to do this, if you're going to do the free hit, you do need to triple up on both Arsenal and Leeds. Any differentials from this game recommended? I would probably go for if it's a one game week punt, I'd probably go for Tierney, Smith Rowe, and Lacazette from Arsenal, and then from Leeds, Gelhardt on the bench because he's a nice cheap bench option. He can cover if things do go terribly, terribly wrong. I don't know. Rafinha you'd go for, wouldn't you? There's not too many other options, to be honest. I don't know if I'd go for a Leeds defender this game week. I don't think it's the right week for a Leeds defender. But yeah, I guess Gelhardt, Rafinha, Gelhardt on the bench, and then maybe one other guy. What, like a midfielder maybe, something like that. So, but yeah. Anyway, midnight. Yeah, a few people telling you what kind of deadlines you got. Kenya deadline is 7 p.m. That's a pretty cool deadline. That's a pretty chill deadline. You know, we've got 6:30 p.m. in Bahrain. Nice, guys, nice. So, guys, you're gonna have a nice chill evening. You're gonna be making your transfers. You're probably gonna watch the games. Probably games on at like 8:30, 9, 10 maybe. You can chill out with. I don't know if you guys are watching the games with your friends and stuff. That's pretty nice to watch the game in the evening. Tyler Roberts, from Thromfrep. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Get Tyler Roberts on a free hit. That's a good shout as well. That's a good shout. MK says 5 p.m. Norway. Yeah, similar situation to the UK then. Are we in the same time zone? Wait, no. It's a 4 p.m. deadline, isn't it? 4 p.m. deadline in the UK. So you're 1 hour difference in Norway. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, guys. It always amazes me to see how many people from all around the world, do watch these videos. It really is amazing. What's my stream plan? I mean, I don't know. Because obviously I can't go till 4. I can't stay on till 4, unfortunately, just because I've already got plans. I've got plans to we've been planning this for a long time, just to go around my friend's house and have a pre-Christmas meal with just a few friends. We've been friends since we were kids, and it's really nice to see them before Christmas and have a nice Christmas dinner at one of their houses. And I've been really looking forward to it. We've all been really looking forward to it for so long. So as tempting as it is to say, okay, we've got to stream till deadline, unfortunately, guys, sometimes I do have to have a life. I do have to have a life outside of FPL and YouTube. So I'm not going to be streaming towards the deadline. But I'll go for as long as I can before I've got to leave. I'll go as long as physically possible. So I do apologise. Obviously, I would love to stream all the way to deadline. I mean, if it was up to me, I would just sit here and stream literally all day. But not really an option, unfortunately. I mean, you never know. That Arsenal game could be cancelled within the next hour, and then there'll be a deadline tomorrow, right? There's no more games today. Yeah. So actually, the deadline could potentially be moved to 12:30 UK time on Sunday, the 19th. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So I'm not gonna keep the stream going for another 3.5 hours. It's not possible. There's another super chat here, wasn't there? From Anna Rude, says, have 7 players. Should I pick Emil Smith-Rowe for a -4 as I already transferred Watkins? Oh no, unlucky man. Or go ahead with just 7 players. It depends who you're transferring out for Smith-Rowe. Smith-Rowe for a -4 does on paper sound like a good shout, as long as you don't really like the player. So there you go. Scott Bork says, who is your V on this week? Oh, my vice captain. I thought you were talking about my virginity. Where's my virginity this game week? My vice captain's on Sterling at the moment. These are, by the way, my proposed transfer moves for anyone who hasn't seen. Tomiyasu in for Lamptey and Smith-Rowe in for Madison. But let's just go back to my team for a second. I've got the vice captain on Sterling. I'm very tempted to go for an Arsenal player as vice captain just for the safety of it all, you know. Corey says, "What is your thoughts on Zinchenko as a 1-week punt? If you're on a wild card, I mean, you could potentially go for that. I don't know. Chris Freddy, I'm so sorry, I've missed your super chat. Thank you for letting me know. Yo Dan, should I transfer out Bernardo for Smith-Rowe and Lamptey out for Tomiyasu? Only way I can afford without touching Bowen, Jota or Salah. I don't know. I feel like I kind of said this earlier. I feel like transferring out a player who actually has a game this game week it seems so luxury that it's not even worth it. So surely is there no other way you can get in players like Smith-Rowe and Tomiyasu? Smith-Rowe and Tomiyasu are so cheap. Can you get rid of someone else? Have you still got someone else? I don't know. You don't want to sell Jota or Salah. You probably don't want to sell Bowen either. Bernardo, I don't know. You could think about it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Janania says best City assets for free hit. Thinking Cancelo, KDB, Foden. Yeah, I mean those three sound pretty good to me. I think I would think about Sterling. I would really strongly think about Sterling on a free hit as a 1 week pump. But Cancelo definitely. I would definitely Cancelo, and then it would be 2 out of 3 of KDB, Sterling, and Foden. I would probably slightly prefer Sterling and Foden, depending on, especially if you want to trim some budget from KDB. If you can save yourself a couple of million by going for Sterling rather than KDB, then I think I would go for Cancelo, Sterling, and Foden if I was on a free hit myself. But I'm not, and I'm not going to be. Down Under said about let's talk FPL. Has put a tweet about some relatable. I forget his thing is like this. There we go. Out celebrating an anniversary. Oh no. There we go. Yeah, that's so relatable. So yeah, sometimes it's just impossible, especially on Saturdays. We make plans on Saturdays, and then we've got to. And then we've got to change everything. But yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, at least we're doing a stream today. At least we have got a stream, and Andy managed to do a stream this morning as well. I think this honestly, I don't know what other FPL YouTubers. I don't know if any other FPL YouTubers are in the chat right now. But I tell you what, if you want to get some new subscribers, the way to do that is to do a deadline stream because. Usually, and I don't want this to sound arrogant or anything like that. I really do not mean it this way. But between myself and Andy, we usually have like sort of Andy is like has 90% of it, but Andy sort of has like 8,000 concurrent viewers on his streams. I usually have like 2,000 to 3,000 concurrent viewers. So there's going to be potentially 10,000 people looking for FPL Deadline streams at the deadline. There's going to be so many people looking for deadline streams. So guys, if any of you guys you are FPL YouTubers or streamers or whatever, you guys, this is a huge opportunity for you. And honestly, I'll be rooting for you. And also if you are an FPL YouTuber and you are doing a stream, I'm more than happy to. I'm really happy to give you a shout out as well, just so people from here can has some content to go watch for the deadline. So yeah, any FPL YouTubers or whatever, if you're in the chat or if you know any, or you can contact any who do usually do streams and stuff, let me know, and we'll give you a shout out, and I'm sure a lot of people will be really pleased to find a stream to watch. But there we go. Yeah, chat. A few people. Oh wow, my Twitter is going quite mental. I wasn't really looking at it. That I'm assuming this is the boat that we're all on together, because we're all in the same boat. This is the boat. This is the boat we're all on. Guys, make sure you do follow me on Twitter if you haven't done already. Twitter is pretty. I love Twitter. I use it a lot. I use a lot of Twitter. Maybe too much. I probably talk too much on Twitter. I end up putting my foot in my mouth a lot of the time. I mostly just use it to vent, to be honest. But there we go. Sorry, my darling wife has just sent me a text. Oh, FPL Joe says, hi YouTube. John Litter. Oh no, that's something unrelated. So yeah, if you want to send a message on Twitter as well, you can have your message show up, not just in the chat, but also on YouTube. There you go. But anyway, not everyone is on that boat. A lot of us are on that boat. A few people are saying they do not like the boat. They do not like the boat. You're not a fan of the boat that we're all on? Some people are actually okay. Like, I look at my team, guys, and I actually look at it and I think, once I've made those 2 transfers, I'm actually going to be okay. I'm genuinely not too worried. And in a way, and I know this sounds kind of crude. But I'm kind of glad a lot of people are going to be free hitting this week, because I think it could be a disaster. And if a lot of people do free hit this week, it's gonna put me at a really nice advantage. It's going to put me a real nice advantage later on in the season, where people there's a lot of double game weeks and stuff, and I can use my free hit to get 22 players out essentially, and a lot of other people will be suffering a little bit. So yeah, I'm kind of in a way looking forward to a lot of people free hitting. I'm looking for, I think a -4 and to field 10 players, I feel pretty happy really. Izzy Halais says, if you're not worried if Liverpool games get called off, then would you be worried? If the Liverpool game gets called off, then everyone has 3 Liverpool players anyway. So it doesn't matter. Particularly at my rank, or in the top 10k, or in the top 100k, everyone has Trent, everyone has Jota, everyone has Salah. Everyone has these 3 players already. So if the game gets cancelled, everyone loses out. Then when you factor in players people who have Spurs players as well, I don't have any Spurs players. So actually, arguably, it's a good thing for me if that game does get cancelled. I've got Sterling as my vice captain. A lot of other people won't have a big heavy hitting player in the Man City game. Maybe people have got a Cancelo or someone, but a lot of people won't. Or Bernardo Silva. But a lot of people won't have Sterlings and Fodens and those other big heavy hitting players that could do really well this game week. So arguably, if the Liverpool game gets cancelled, I genuinely could be better off. So no, I'm not worried. Free hitters, particularly if you're free hitting as well, and the Liverpool games get cancelled, free hitters, you're gonna have 3 Liverpool players in your free hit team, right? So you will suffer. You will be on the bad end of that. So yeah, as TW has correctly said in the chat, if everyone loses out, no one loses out. Then that's exactly where we're at, and that's why I really don't think you should be too worried, guys. That's what. Yeah, Patrick says the Premier League just said the Liverpool match will go ahead. Yeah, you say that now, but a lot changes in 24 hours. So I would not be confident about anything. Postponed, not cancelled. Well, I'm using the terms interchangeably, to be honest. Let's not split hairs here. But yeah, as far as we're aware, I don't think any other games have been cancelled. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can see anything else, any games, any rumours or anything like that, because it's very possible. Can't see anything. No, can't see anything. So yeah, I think we're good. We're good at the second, but yeah, things change very fast, guys, and we will be keeping an eye out on things. Jandre says I have been missing super chats. To be fair, I've been too busy chatting. Jandre says can't afford Tomiyasu. White a good option for Duffy. Yeah, White is a good cheap option. Yeah, I would definitely consider going for White. And Afif here says, should I do -4? I only have 9 active players. Yeah, particularly if you're getting an Arsenal player in just before the deadline, and you know that Arsenal game is going to go ahead. Then -4 for an Arsenal player seems pretty good. Yannick says -4 for Emil Smith-Rowe or Foden. Smith-Rowe is the safer option. Foden is the more explosive option. So it really depends on your play style as a manager. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Do you prefer a nice safe pick, or do you prefer a nice, a risky pick, I guess? So there you go. Theo says Leeds have scored in every home game this season except against Liverpool, bro. Thoughts? Arsenal defence could be risky. I mean, we kind of spoke about this earlier, but there's so many Leeds injuries. They don't have Bamford, Rodrigo. Who else am I missing? Dan James is now out as well. They've basically got no defenders. Shackleton, Phillips, Firpo, who contributes a lot to the attack. They've got so many players missing. Down under, you thought your tweet was gonna pop up on my timeline. Should we have a look? What tweet? Did you tag me in something? Or are you on my homepage? I think I did see your tweet somewhere, I think. Maybe I didn't. Show 4 more tweets. Who else have we got? Anyone saying anything interested? It's interesting. Spion Cop here says, as expected, Salah, Mane, Keita won't be leaving for AFCON until after the Chelsea game on the 2nd of January. So let's have a look at that. So we've got Salah for how much longer? We've got him for another 4 game weeks. 4 game weeks until we've got to go without Salah for a bit. We don't know for how long. It depends how well Egypt do. But I believe some people are saying Egypt are the favourites. Dan Cross, here you are. You how are you finding all the chaos? You say you're set on bringing in Watkins. You're glad you waited. Yeah, I think a lot of people are very glad they waited, and a lot of people who didn't wait are very, very sad they didn't wait. Oil AU says 5.1 for goalkeeper, Sarr or Ramsdale. I think Sarr because I have Tomiyasu. I wouldn't worry about doubling up. I would go for Ramsdale still. Ramsdale is the goalkeeper to get. Arsenal have some really nice fixtures, particularly in the immediate term as well. We've got Leeds away, Norwich at home, Wolves at home. These are 3 really good fixtures for clean sheets. And then even after that, we've kind of got Burnley and Wolves in a few game weeks as well. City and Spurs won't be ideal, but the Burnley and Wolves game after that will be pretty nice. So I would still go for Ramsdale. There we go. Check the Watkins tough love tweet that you put. Okay. Getting lots of likes on those. Let's do a quick retweet on that as well to see if anyone else wants to join. We'll go for another half an hour, I think. And then we'll call it, and then we'll potentially pass you guys on to another stream. We'll see if anyone else is doing a deadline stream, and we'll pass you guys over to them. Who is usually FPL Focal and is it FPL Focal who does deadline streams? And let's have a look. Let's see if anyone's got any streams booked in for later on. Focal streaming now already, so potentially not doing a proper deadline stream. Total Tactics are pretty good. Wow, we've got a few. Okay, so Davey's already finished his stream. Wow, so it looks like a lot of people have already finished their stream. So yeah, I don't know who I'm going to pass you guys over to. I'll put a tweet out and ask if there's anyone out there who's doing a deadline stream that I can pass you guys over to after I'm done. Sorry guys, just bear with me 1 second. Any other FPL YouTubers doing an actual deadline stream later who I can link my stream viewers to? Send. That's not how you spell send. Daniel. There we go. Right, there we go. Back on the. Maybe they paused so they can come back later. Yeah, potentially. Ben Brook, there was a super chat from you somewhere. There it is. Jesus in, can't see many better striker options. Yeah, there isn't. The thing is with Jesus is I'm genuinely not convinced he's going to start. There's a good chance he does start, obviously, but I would only sort of be kind of 60% confident that he does start because he's not been in great form recently, and some of the other guys have been in really good form. It's going to be difficult to put Jesus in when the likes of Foden, Sterling, thereby firing. Grealish has looked pretty good. Morris played okay as well. So I don't know. I don't know if Jesus does necessarily play. I mean, there's a good chance of him playing, but I'm not 100% sure. So there we go. Sterling won't start, someone says. I don't see why he wouldn't. I don't see why Sterling wouldn't start. I mean, if we had to predict a Man City lineup, and a lot of people are predicting sort of Man City's lineups, most people include Sterling. I mean, obviously there's no guarantee that anyone will play. I mean, it's easy to say Sterling won't start as it is to say Foden won't start, or KDB won't start, or Jesus won't start, or Bernardo Silva won't start. We don't know at the end of the day. I think it's dangerous to assume that players will start or won't start. So I'm definitely not assuming that Sterling will start, but I'd be more confident of a player like Sterling starting than I would be for a Jesus, I think. And I probably put Sterling ahead of Mahrez as well this game week anyway. But it will change, won't it? Nafa says Sterling starts and Bernardo won't start. I mean, potentially, we don't know. We don't know at the end of the day. You could kind of understand why Bernardo wouldn't start this game if he is still carrying a little bit of an injury there. But we don't know. We don't know, and it's probably a little bit dangerous to assume. And you know what? Even if say you have a Bernardo Silva in your team, and a lot of people I've seen in the chat have kind of talked about removing Bernardo Silva from their team, kind of seems a little bit silly because even if Bernardo Silva doesn't start, he could still come off the bench, get you 1 point, or come off the bench and get something. And if that is the case, if Bernardo Silva does come off the bench, even for a 1-pointer, that is so much better than all of the players that you likely have in your squad. That it shows, it's better than having that 1 point than having a player that is guaranteed to get 0 points. So yeah, I don't fully understand the logic behind getting rid of Bernardo Silva unless it's absolutely necessary, I don't know if it is. But there you go. Let's see if anyone replied to that tweet. Planet FPL coming back. Oh, I don't think they like me. I don't think they even follow me. No, they don't. I mean, I'd rather, I mean, I've not really watched them for quite a while actually, but I'd rather shout out someone I'm at least a little bit familiar with, like a little bit friendly with. Dennis, yeah, for example, Dennis is a good shout because he helps out with my 100 experts videos. FPL Focal, I don't think follows me, but he doesn't follow anyone. But I think he literally follows 0 people on Twitter, but I have spoken to him at least in DMs before. So yeah, fairly. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of FPL someone else. Now FPL Focal doesn't follow me, and I've never spoken to him in my life. So I think, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will be tuning into him. But I think I will shout out someone who I'm at least a little bit friendly with, a little bit familiar with, rather than someone I've never spoken to in my life. I always get confused between FPL Focal and simply FPL. I don't know why. I always get confused between the two of them. But never mind. Okay, Dennis, if you are, I don't know if you're watching this stream. I know you watch some of these streams. We'll give you a shout out in later on in the stream, and we'll link everyone over to you. And hopefully you can do a good job. I have seen some of Dennis's stuff before, and he's pretty good. Refresh. What about Andy? Andy's not doing a stream. Yeah, Andy's not doing a stream later, which is why. Nab follow down under, and just for that, Sam, you're getting a nice block. I'm joking. I'm just kidding. There we go. Dylan RMC there as well, potentially. I've not heard of Dylan RMC, but I don't know. Stop the Twitter drama. I'm trying to shout someone out. Trying to do someone a favour. Dennis says, "Thank you so much, Dan." No problem, mate. No problem. Like, we've spoken and stuff before, so it's always nice to give a little back, isn't it? Reece has COVID. Reece James has COVID apparently. Okay. Fran's doing one as well. Total Tactics, and I've been speaking to Total Tactics a little bit recently as well. So I'll give a couple of shout outs, to a couple of other streamers who are I'm kind of friendly with. And hopefully you guys will have some good stream content to watch from there. But we're going to go till about, I'll probably go till about 2:15, and then I'll pass you over to someone else. There we go. Anyway, any more news or anything? We're gonna go on for a little bit longer. Let's just see if there's any more news. Few people saying that Reece James has got COVID. That's a rumor there apparently. Let's do a little Twitter search to see where that's come from. Absolute Chelsea say breaking. Reece James has tested positive for COVID-19. It's interesting. That's okay. That account's got 0 followers. So yeah, okay. Forget that. This one tweeted a couple of days ago, but it's not got very many likes. It's difficult to judge what's real and what's not real. But I wonder if these people are maybe just fishing for new followers, pretending to be in the know. It might this is kind of looking like fake news to me. It's kind of looking like fake news. So there we go. I'm not sure. I'm not sure we'll talk about Reece James and COVID. I think that's probably not happening. That's not real. So don't worry too much on the Reece James as things stand. It seems unsubstantiated. Dan Cross says, I assume we've covered the Liverpool COVID rumours. Kinda. I think there's strong rumours, isn't there, that Jordan Henderson has COVID. There was rumours that Salah has COVID, but I think we've debunked the Salah COVID rumours because he was at a Christmas event yesterday or last night. So that kind of suggests that, assuming he was tested yesterday, which I think was when the rumours originated. They originated yesterday. He was tested. The rumours started that he had COVID, and then we saw he was at a Christmas event. Now, assuming that the test happened before the Christmas event, then that suggests, well, why would Salah? If Salah was confirmed COVID, he wouldn't be around anyone. He wouldn't be at any event. He wouldn't be anywhere near any other human being, would he? So that could suggest also that the Salah rumours are also fake. So there we go. Fake news, fake news, fake news. Dan Horstein says, I'm making Dan my captain. I don't know. I'm not playing this weekend. My game's been postponed. My game's been postponed for the last 5 years. I don't think I've played football in that long. Oh, Ethan says, should I captain Sterling, Dan? If you really want to. But, Salah still seems the sensible option, right? Just having Sterling is enough of a differential. Sadaria says FPL is conducting a social experiment to see who scores the most points with the least amount of players. That'd be pretty funny. MA says you should tell Mrs. FPL Mate to change Watkins and Cash in a wild card. Oh, that's so true. She's actually on night shifts at the moment, so she's on night shifts. So she has been asleep. I think she's awake now, but I've not seen her so far today because she's been doing some sleeping. So this is Mrs. FPL Mate's wild card. Mrs. FPL Mate, can you hear me? Let me text her to see if she's about. I'll ask her if she wants to come on stream. Oh, I just banged that. Why did I text her when I could just go and... Oh well, it's done now. Dan Cross says, yeah, same info as I understood it. I assumed before Hendo was supposed to be at that event, so that's why it seemed to confirm him. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now, right? There was a super chat from Ben Brook, but I seem to have lost it. Ben, where's your super chat? Maybe it's just not appeared on my screeny yet. Oh, okay. She said she's only just woken up, so she's not up for streaming. She's not up for coming on stream. But I will make sure I get her to change her team. Let me just tell her what's going on. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. What do you think about Mahrez? I'm not confident that Mahrez is going to start. If I'm honest, I'm not confident he's going to start this game. Why isn't anyone talking about Jimenez? Because he's playing against Chelsea, so it's not an ideal fixture, really, is it? By the way, Mrs. FPL Mate, she's on a wild card, so she really can change anything in this team. It's just, where do you go from here? I guess you triple up on City. Don't know. It's so difficult to even get 11 players now, isn't it? Well, if you're on a wild card, would you even necessarily go for a full 11? I don't know. I guess you would. Down Under is off now to watch the Roma match. Very cool. But awesome stream. Nice to see you, Sam. And yeah, take care, mate. Enjoy the football. Haikyuu says, Haikyuu Forever, sorry, says, my fantasy robbed by COVID, lol. Yeah, I think a lot of people are in the same boat. Someone in the chat says, who is called FPL Mate Dan, says, oh my god, you're being such a drama queen today, Dan. Are you a fake account? I don't know if I've been that much of drama. I mean, there's a lot of drama going on, isn't there? So I think we're all being drama queens. If you love FPL as much as we all do, this is drama. We are all about the drama right now, aren't we? It's all part of the fun, though. This is part of the fun of FPL, I guess. I know it's stressful a little bit, but how we deal with this situation is what may help or destroy our seasons. The problem is you have to stick with those guys, so getting a full 11 may not be the best on the wildcard. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I think 10 players, if we can get Morgan to 10 players, I think she'll probably be pretty happy with that. So there you go. Theo says, not FPL related, but how do you get your hair to be so curly, wavy, and shiny? Look so good. Well, the shininess, I can say the shininess is pretty much just the lighting, because I've got some big lights that just reflect off my hair, I think, basically. It's just genetics. It is just genetics. FPL Mate Dan says, stop being so overdramatic. You're not the star of the show. I am obviously gonna moderate you away, so we're gonna put you in a little timeout. But I mean, star of the show is probably the wrong phrase. But if I'm not the star of this particular stream, who is? Like, what do you want me to do? Stay quiet and ask someone else to come in and take over? I know who am I? Like, you know what I mean? No, but in all seriousness, guys, Dan Cross is the star of the show. Dan Cross has always been the star of the show. Moderator extraordinaire. Gavan says, mate, do you think Bernardo plays this week? I think he'll play some minutes. I'm not 100% sure if he'll start or not. But, if it kind of feels like if you have a player, even if they're just going to get 1 point, that's better than most things. That's better than most things, isn't it? See, Dan Cross in the chat already says he's the star of the show. Even before I'd even said his name, he knows. Dan Cross knows he's the star of the show. There we go. Should we do another check for any Twitter news? I'm running out of steam. I'm running out of things to say. I feel like we've been going for a while. Give that little tweet a like. Give that little tweet a like. I'm just going to go through. How is that a bad FPL take? That's a great FPL take. I mean, it's a bit harsh, but it's you shouldn't be. You should be. I mean, I think we all know now that if making the early transfers probably was not the best move in a row. But there we go. Now that one does precede unfortunate events, so we will give that one a like. Yeah, that's anything that involves Watkins transferred in is just absolute chaos right now. Absolute chaos. Right. Someone said they wanted to see my team. Okay, this is my team. But what I'm doing is I'm going to transfer out, assuming the Arsenal game goes ahead, I'm going to transfer out Lamptey and Madison. And I'm going to bring in definitely Smith Rowe and probably Tomiyasu, maybe Kieran Tierney. There's a small chance that I go for Tierney. Alan said, I don't know if you noticed, but Mrs. FPL Mate Captain Trent. Yeah, she says she really wants to captain Trent this game week. So, that's what she wants to do. Paul says, I missed your super chat. I'm so sorry. Shall I bring in Mount, Saka or Smith Rowe this week? Smith Rowe's the safe pick. Mount is the risky pick. I'm leaning towards Smith Rowe myself. That's I think what I'd do. Calvin says, narrate the helicopter story for new viewers. I only did the helicopter story a week ago, didn't I? So I think maybe we'll save the helicopter. I mean, I'm going to be doing a charity stream on my birthday, which is the 28th of December. So on the 28th of December, I'll be doing a charity stream then, where it'll be a little bit more relaxed, not so FPL heavy, and perhaps we'll do so it's only in 10 days, so perhaps I'll prepare a couple of stories. We'll do the helicopter story. We'll do I'll perhaps tell a couple of funny stories from my wedding, and we'll tell a few stories, because I've got a few stories. Hang on, I just need to ask Morgan to get... She's going to the shops. I need to ask her to get something. I want to get her to get me some beer from the shops. What beer should I go for, guys? What beer should I get her to get me? I'm feeling something quite... I might get something quite posh. Not necessarily posh, but... something quite interesting since it's Christmas. Maybe like something a little bit more expensive. An Estrella. Estrella. There you go. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. Why not? Adnan says I was considering captaining Cancelo, and honestly, I'm not against that. Oh, Moretti is a good shout. Moretti is a good shout. Do they do Moretti in cans though? Because I do prefer cans. I see a lot of people suggesting Corona. It would be fitting, wouldn't it? But Corona don't do cans, and I do prefer cans. There you go. I've made a few suggestions to her. Budweiser, I don't know. I'm feeling something a little bit. It will be a lager, because I'm really only a lager drinker. But I'm feeling something a little bit more. I don't know, like a special treat for Christmas. You know, a little special treat. Well, thank you for your suggestions. George says, why Emil Smith-Rowe and not Saka? Isn't Saka the safer option? More nailed, I think. You say that, but Smith-Rowe has been pretty nailed on this season. And Smith-Rowe he's FPL output. So Saka may be looking like the better player a lot of the time, but Smith-Rowe is just he just seems like inevitable, doesn't he? He just seems like an inevitable if he scores. He just picks up the ball. He can pick up the ball one time in the entire game and he'll just score from it, you know? Don't forget to ask her for some squash as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm running out of this glass, but let me tell you guys, when it comes to blackcurrant squash, I always make sure I'm well stocked up on blackcurrant squash, because it's all I drink. Peroni, someone suggested as well. Yeah, that's a good shout. I mean, if I can get some Moretti, that would be the ideal. There we go. Oh, lager, then I got nothing. Yeah. Why drink Corona if you can get water from tap? Yeah, basically. Moretti do small cola-sized cans. Okay. Why no one talking about Kane? No Kane talk. Yeah, I mean, it's just not something we're really going to be talking about, is it, Kane? Italian beer, seriously? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with Italian? Where's the best place to get your beer from? Our man says, please read my comment. There you go. I read your comment. Dan Cross is going heavy on the ban hammer. Is there have we got some spammers in the chat? We've got some naughty boys in the chat. Wow, Dan Cross, you're going crazy. Are you? What? What's going on? Dan's saying, what the fuck? What? I almost swore there. What the F is going on? She's just got mental, like, hiding everyone. Are any of these accidental? You've just hidden, like, everyone. I'm not doing this. What is going on? Oh dear. I'll fix it after the stream. I'll if there's anyone who's been accidentally hidden from the channel, I'll unhide. I'll unhide people. You just got mental, mate. Just going on the ban hammer. Hide. No one gets to talk in this stream anymore but me. See, I'm telling you, Dan Cross is the star of the show. No, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I don't know what went on there, mate. Hopefully you're all right now, though. Sahil says, Dan, do you think getting in one of Ramsdale or Tierney on Tomiyasu will have a hit? I only have 8 players in the moment. Yeah, Ramsdale looks good for the long term. Tierney and Tomiyasu I've been talking about a lot this stream. Yeah, I liked both of them. Slightly preferred Tomiyasu because he's a slightly more safe option. But no, Tierney and Tomiyasu, both fantastic options, and I wouldn't blame you for going for either of them. Both fantastic. So there we go. Now everyone's being unhidden. Brilliant. Half the chat is just people being unhidden. And now people are being hidden again. What's going on? Dan Cross, I think, I'm wondering if you have potentially been hacked here, mate. Do you want me to remove you as a moderator just for the moment? I'll fix everything. And I'm going to remove you as a moderator, mate. And we'll hopefully, well, I'll fix it. I'll make sure everyone's unmuted after I finish the stream. I'm going to finish the stream in a couple of minutes anyway. So after that, I'll make sure everyone's been unmuted. Yeah, change your password, mate, and I'll reinstate you as a moderator. Just send me a message on Twitter later on once you've got things sorted, and I'll reinstate you as a moderator, and I'll make sure everyone's unmuted. There we go. Right, guys. Ooh. Right, guys. I'm gonna call it a day. Right, there's a couple of other people doing streams apparently, isn't there? So let's have a look. So who were the two who I said I was going to shout out? I said I was going to do Total Tactics. My microphone is over. Oh, I'm just going to use my mouse here. Okay, so that is scheduled for 3. So that's in a little while. So yeah, go check out Total Tactics at about 3. Make sure you guys set your reminder there. And I think Dennis... He's streaming right now as well.
Because I don't think that it's
let's
and also
gonna mute that. So yeah, guys, I think we can really make Dennis's day. If a few of you guys want to go over it and check him out. So yeah, go check out Dennis on the stream right now. It's FPL Dennis. I'll put a link in the stream chat. Let me just spam this in the chat. Thank you for the sticker, Elias, super sticker. Let me just spam that. Spamming in my own chat. How unreasonable. So yeah, go check out Dennis. I'm sure you're really gonna make his day if you check out that stream. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on Twitter. I'll be on Twitter throughout the day. We'll be talking about all kinds of stuff. It's gonna be exciting. It's going to be exciting, that's for sure. No matter what happens, it's going to be exciting. I'll make my transfers at the last minute. I'll keep you guys in the loop. And yeah, I guess just if I don't see you on Twitter, good luck, have fun, enjoy. I know it's stressful. Remember that we're all in the same boat together. Leave your transfers to as late as physically possible. Try and target those Arsenal players. And yeah, I'm sure you guys are all going to smash it. I have no doubts. You're all going to be just fine. So yeah, take care, guys. See you very soon. Yeah, and I'll see you later, mates. Bye-bye.